What's going on, guys? Zach Parks here, and thanks for tuning back in. Sorry, I just had to really just chug and finish off that delicious iced mocha with the long shot from Little River Roasting here in town. It's my favorite coffee spot. They were all out of cold brew today, so I opted for the iced mocha. Don't regret it. But anyway, that is not why you're here. So it's been a couple weeks since I uploaded a new video. I think I'm going to be changing up the schedule a little bit. Instead of uploading on Wednesdays, I'm going to be uploading on Saturdays from here on out. I think that just kind of gives me a little bit easier timeline to work with. Honestly, it's just because it's Wednesday now and I'm going to upload this video on Saturday, and that gives me a week and a half to play catch up. But I already have most of another video done, and I have another video idea that I just really thought of today after listening to Joel Meyerowitz talk on the podcast called Talk Easy. I'd never heard of this podcast until Joel Meyerowitz posted about being on it this morning, so naturally I listened to it while I was in the lab, and it was an amazing conversation. It's like an hour and a half long. I'm actually going to link it down below because it was just an incredible conversation, and I'm going to talk more about that in a future video. But for now, you can check down below, get the link, give it a listen yourself if you haven't already. Let's get to it. So this video that you guys are about to see was actually filmed a couple of weeks ago. My pals Tim Womble and Edmund Boateng. Edmund, I know I'm butchering your last name. Please forgive me. But Edmund is from Ohio, originally from Ghana, but lives in Ohio. Tim lives up in Charlotte, North Carolina. And Ed came down to visit Tim in Charlotte, so they made the trek down here to hang out with me for a day. We walked around the town of Gaffney, South Carolina, and just made some photos, hanging out, having a good time. It was the first time I'd ever met Ed in person, and only my second time meeting Tim in person. So that was super cool, super fun. I'm going to link their Instagrams and everything down below so that you guys can see some of the stuff that they did on our little walk around and everything. And Ed actually has an amazing YouTube channel himself, which I'll link down below as well. So we were walking around Gaffney, South Carolina, and the shop that I work at, one of the owners was recently gifted this beautiful Fuji 690. There's a train rolling by, so I'll get back with you guys. All right, so I took that opportunity as the train was rolling by to move the camera a little bit and move the light to hopefully get this glare off of my glasses. It's the damnedest thing. And turn the light on behind me to help set the mood a little bit. As I was saying, on this particular day, we have come into our possession at the shop that I work at of this beautiful Fuji GW 690 II. It was gifted to one of the owners, and she has just decided to leave it at the shop as kind of the community camera, for when someone wants to take it out and take it for a spin. So obviously I wanted to do that. I've been using the Pentax and the Vista for the project, so the Pentax had some Portra 160 loaded in it, which is the film that I'm shooting the project on, and I didn't want to waste any of that film on something that wasn't the project, so I thought that would be the perfect excuse to borrow this thing from the shop. I shot a roll of FP4 and a couple of rolls of Vector 100 through it, and I really like this thing. It's super fun to use. It feels good in the hand. Watching the channel for a while, you know that I'm a fan of the viewfinders. The built-in lens hood here is pretty nice. It just feels really good. I've heard people always talk about how big the camera is, but honestly, I don't really think it's all that big, and it is comfortable in the hand. It's got got the nice little grip here. The shutter button is just like exactly where I would want it, you know. It's right where it should be. It just makes sense. It's a 90 millimeter 3.5 lens, which I think is roughly like a 50 millimeter equivalent. I could totally be fucking wrong on that one. So don't quote me. Yeah, put a few rolls through it while I was walking around with Ed and Tim, and I just had a really good time. So we will go ahead and cut to that now, and you guys can check all of that out. And yeah, I'll be back with you just shortly. Oh, there we go. I knew I was walking back over here for a reason. And of course I got the black and white in. I'm so used to just like walking around by myself all the time. It's really funny to turn around and see like two other people doing the same shit that I'm doing.
Yeah. I like this setup though. Now I'm like closing back and move to somewhere March or April.
Oh, yeah.
I second guess myself every time I do this. Do you ever find any cool cameras and stuff in them? Or?
No, I don't remember well. Normally when I come here, it's like a Sunday or something.
Huh?
I'm gonna go photograph the guy casement.
Oh yeah. There's a cool spot on the other side of these buildings too. Around this corner is pretty cool. I don't know if the light will be on it or not, but this building here is pretty cool. While we were walking around, we kept running into this small group of older gentlemen. They were super nice. One in particular was very curious about us walking around and shooting, you know, the old buildings and everything downtown. Well, we happened to run into him again as we were making our way back towards Tim's car. He asked if we'd like to see something interesting, to which all three of us replied, yes. Maybe you shouldn't follow strangers into mysterious locations, but this time it happened to work out wonderfully. So there's an old building in Gaffney that I've always loved. You can look at it and tell it used to be a motel or a hotel or something along those lines. And I've always wondered what it would look like inside. Turns out he's the owner and he has been working on fixing it up and getting it ready for some businesses to move in on the bottom floor. And from what he was saying, a potential restaurant or bed and breakfast upstairs. And yeah, he let us in, he showed us around. It was super, super cool. I was a bit bummed because the film that I had in the camera was Hector 100, which is not the best low light film. 100 speed is not great for handheld and low light like that. So I was shooting the Fuji here wide open at 3.5 and a 30th of a second and kind of just hoping for the best. And I am quite surprised that the shots that I took inside this place came out pretty damn sharp for shooting such a large camera at 1/30th of a second. The shutter on this thing, it sounds pretty loud, but it's actually like, well, I was gonna try and get it to fire so that you could hear how loud it is, but it doesn't really create a lot of camera shake, which is really cool. So yeah, you guys enjoy this little bit of footage inside of what used to be the like Main Street hotel, motel, whatever in Gaffney. So yeah, here it is. Wow, God, the stained glass windows. Oh wow, man, I've always wanted to come in this. It's like a dream come true moment. Oh, the bookshelf too. I'm getting the war chest together right now to really dress it up. Yeah, this is incredible. And this is the old elevator door down here at the bottom. I've always loved this building. I had a feeling that it had to have been a motel or a hotel. That's awesome. Go up from the lobby over here. We'll have an elevator. Yep. Sitting right here. Put the balcony back on. And then we'll come. That's gonna do it, guys. As you can tell, that Ektar really handled the colors and just, I really love Ektar in low light situations. I love Ektar at all times, really, but it really does produce just nice, vivid, true to life colors. And I think it worked out really well in the old motel there. As bummed as I was to have a 100 speed film in my camera, I'm super happy that it was Ektar because it all worked out, which is super nice. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for this week's video. As I mentioned, I have a couple of ideas already in my head. So hopefully I won't be missing any more uploads from here on out. Don't forget to give it the good old thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. If you're new here, you can hit that subscribe button. That just helps you stay up to date on everything that I'm doing. It helps me get the videos out there to more people, which it's a win-win for both of us. If you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram at ZachParksPhoto. Lastly, there is a print shop over on darkroom.tech. I will link all of this stuff down below. All the money through the prints just goes towards keeping the gas tank full, keeping the film fridge stocked, and keeping the lights on here at the house so that I can keep these videos coming to you guys. And until next time, y'all just stay safe out there, take it easy, and keep shooting. I'll see you next week.